I know we have a chance to know each other in certain ways. And this, well, that sounds really like nefarious, but just that we've met. I fell in love when I saw the Outrage and what you offered and just who you are in the community years ago at the She Should Run national conversation event that I was hosting. And I've just been a customer and an ally and a supporter. And then we partnered, in creating this line together around the good life and dominant stories. And now in our partnership for mental health, awareness month and helping, I think, people like us and people in our communities who are spread thin and caring about a lot of things and always have. Just a great reminder maybe of how to take care of ourselves in the middle of all this, new normal going on. How do we tend to our own mental well-being?
Yeah. Although I would take one quick step back on how this collab has happened, Jess, because I think it's really a testament to who you are and then the type of woman you are, that when we met 5.5 years ago, it is now. Yes, we met at our dear friends She Should Run event, and you were hosting and wonderful, but that was actually the very first event for the Outrage. And if you remember, it was me behind a table with a friend who showed up to help me out. That the business was a couple weeks old. It was me on my couch.
Whoa.
And yes, and I met you, and I remember being seen in multiple ways. Well, two specific ways. One, I showed up so sweaty to that event because the merch didn't arrive. And so I literally was jumping on UPS trucks in the neighborhood being like, do you have my boxes? And people being, you can't get on the truck. And I'm like, yeah, but do you have my boxes? And I ended up on the third UPS truck getting on and they had my boxes. So it worked. But I was just like in that hustle, like, this is going to be something. I swear this is going to be something. And I had this vision. And I went there and, I feel like from the very beginning, like you saw the vision and the drive, where you could have easily been like, this is just a merch stand that has some cute swag. And then two, I'd say that you and why your career's been as impressive as it has been and will continue to be, I think you are very gifted in seeing the power of the medium and the power in fashion to actually shift culture. And I think this is something that's often tied to like women work so much in fashion, so it's treated as frivolous when actually it's a very powerful tool.
Thank you. Well, thank you for those words of affirmation. What's funny is I don't remember that being I don't even remember you being sweaty, but I do remember the energy and the enthusiasm that you had from behind that table of telling me about the Outrage and that it was so much more than the merch on the table. And the merch was really incredible. And of course, I cannot resist good merch. So I was like a good shopper that night, but I loved you. I loved the clarity that I feel like you have in recognizing the ecosystem of change makers. And I think, I appreciated that, knowing we don't do it individually ever, nobody does, but also watching you grow the Outrage and always kind of wanting to have more of a connection to it and kind of imagining this moment has been really exciting for me because I love clothing. I love things. Actually, I do love things, like, which is so bad to say in a capitalistic world. Well, it's a good thing to say in a capitalistic world, but I love things with meaning and I love things that give back. And I like using my resource that way. So for us to play with, clothes and journals and products that stand for something more, it's like truly, it's dreamy for me.